Hello, Brad Re2 here, and I guess I would call this a podcast video. I don't really know, but I guess podcast videos are about anything anyway. But today I wanted to talk about my YouTube partnership and, well, me getting views in general. Because I lately noticed I'm not getting really any views whatsoever. I get maybe 100 to 200 at best, and at worst I'll get way less than 50 on my videos. And it's just occurred to me okay, well, I'm not gonna make much money off my partnership if I'm not getting any views. And I already talked to myself oh well, there's probably 80% of the viewers out there have ad blocker, have an ad blocking program, so they don't see the ads and click on them. That's one thing. But then I thought to myself again, well, that shouldn't really matter if I'm getting if I can just get the views right, then I'll actually make some money. And I just went and looked around on the net for a couple of weeks, okay, well, what should I be doing to get views? Or what should I be doing to get views, and what's everything going on? Because if you remember, about almost a month ago, I posted a video asking a bunch of questions to the viewers, hey, what should I do to get more views, or what do you guys want to see, and do you mind if I do this or that, etc. And I basically got I got maybe 1 or 2 responses from it. There was a bunch of people that saying, oh, hey, congratulations on getting the partnership. I'm okay, well, thanks, but it's not going to be that big of a deal if I'm not getting any money from it. Because that's the whole important reason why I would do a partnership. I don't exactly care about ads, and I don't care about getting popular. I just wanted the money aspect of it. And honestly, I would just throw it to the curb and just do and just do anything else. But it's something that I decided on where I wanted to go all the way with it and not quit. I'm okay, well, I signed this contract, I'm stuck with them for a set amount of time, which I can't tell you people because it's bound by contract. And I want to go all the way with it. I don't want to quit, because I've quit on a lot of things before for many various reasons, and I just want to go all the way. I literally sat down for a whole day, prayed about it before signing the contract, and saying okay, well, if I'm going to go all the way, I need this. And then writing down the reasons why I need the money, outside of trying to keep up with whatever the latest and greatest game is. There's also the fact that I need the money to help myself out. One thing being okay, well, if you actually read my blog, I talked about it, about me being depressed, and I probably should go see a doctor about my depression, etc., etc., etc. And then there's also the fact that, well, okay, well, I gotta keep certain things kept in the house, and I wanted to buy some new things, help my mom, help my sister out, and worry about a couple of luxuries later. And I was okay, well, I'll do it. I'll definitely do it. I can definitely use a little added money. I know I'm not gonna make untold amount of cash, but I can definitely use some money to go to do this. Which is generally why I signed the contract in the first place. Otherwise, it would have been like, no, I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna sell out, so to speak. I'm not gonna, like, I don't really need ads on my videos. I'll just keep watching. Anyway, it's like similar reasons. Like I looked at my video view count and I saw like, okay, I'm like, okay, well, what's popular and what's not? And I looked at my recent set of views and I went, dude, like everything I put effort into was getting next to no views, and at best I would get 50. I'm like, okay, well, maybe this is because nobody wants to see this game. Or maybe it's because someone already uploaded it. Whatever. And then I would look at other older videos, like ones where I put virtually no effort, like the random Metal Gear Rising video, the random Persona 4 Golden video, or a couple of other random videos. Like I would put virtually no effort into making those and just upload it. And I look and I would see tons and tons of views, and I'm like, what the heck? Like, why am I why do I put so much effort into this video, get no results, not even an eighth of the results I projected or hoped for to get? And yet, the videos I put no effort in and I just don't care for them, they get tons of views and they're still getting views. So I'm just like, okay, like, what am I doing? Like, do people just want to see stupid stuff? I mean, not to say that it's stupid, but to me, I'm just like, okay, well, I'm putting no effort into it. This is stupid. And I just really sat on that for a dilemma, like, okay, I think maybe I'm just going about this the wrong way. So I looked at my actual analytics page, and I wanted to see, like, okay, well, what's my top set of videos of all time? And after a couple of months, a couple of old videos I deleted a long time ago finally got, for the most part, removed from the top 10. And I looked, I just saw pretty much anime. I was like, okay, like, really, like, they just want to see anime-based games that I don't want to play anymore? And as you see on this page, like, everyone wants to see Bakugan. Like, well, Bakugan, for the most part, is over and done with. Like, there's not going to be another season of Bakugan. I don't think there's going to be another game of Bakugan unless it comes back from the grave like Duel Masters did. And even still, it's struggling to keep alive compared to that of Yu-Gi-Oh! Or what else is popular? Yu-Gi-Oh! Magic. I can't think of what else is popular in terms of anime-based games. It's like, I'm just like, well, maybe Naruto might be the game, but I don't have the money to get the latest Naruto game. And part of me just didn't feel like I should play Naruto, because I didn't feel like it's me. And I recently looked at it all. Okay, so they just want to see anime-based games that are popular, which it was partially the reason why I started the Zoids playthrough. Like, okay, well, I know there's a bunch of Zoids fans out there. Like, maybe they'll watch this game, even though it's generally considered the worst Zoids game to ever come to the US, and it's kind of the reason why we don't have any more. No, okay, well, let me just upload this and see what's going on. And I also thought at the same time, like, okay, well, Kingdom Hearts 1.5 HD Remix, super long, unnecessary name, is coming out. Like, maybe I can just upload Kingdom Hearts 1 for the time being, and people will watch that, because it's Kingdom Hearts, and they want 1.5 in the US, but they won't get it for a while. After a couple of weeks of uploading it, because it took so long to convert the video and edit it right, I realized that none of my videos, like none of the Kingdom Hearts videos were getting views. None of the Zoids videos were getting views. Even though I just recently uploaded Zoids, none of them were getting real views. And I thought to myself, okay, well, no one is going to watch Kingdom Hearts 1 for the PS2 because 1.5 is out in Japan. So why watch? So in a sense, like, why watch the first game on the PS2 when they can watch it on the PS3? Well, in PS3 quality in Japanese. Even though they don't understand the language, it's like, oh well, I got Kingdom Hearts 1.5 in Japanese, I can just watch it from this guy. Like, dang, well, that was a big mistake on my part. So I looked around and I went like, okay, well, maybe I'm going about this the wrong way. I looked around on GameFAQs and I'm like, okay, well, if this isn't getting me any views, like, let's see what the popular game is on GameFAQs, because it's kind of, I figured, like, well, maybe it's kind of a big thing to look at in terms of what's new, what everybody wants to see, etc., etc. And pretty much for the most part, I had to rule out all the M-rated games, because I went, okay, well, I'm not gonna play any M-rated games because that's what I decided to do. Like, I'm not about M-rated games. Like, well, what about, like, so if I cross this out, I'm pretty much left with 10% of the list in terms of consoles that I own as to what's popular and what's not. I was like, okay, well, so I have Pokemon, anime-based games, other anime-based games, Final Fantasy, which for the most part I've already done, but Final Fantasy is so saturated that there's no point in me uploading it unless I do this random challenge video that I don't want to do, because it's like, I don't think of challenges as that great anyway. And I just went, okay, well, it's like, I'm pretty much stuck with random Pokemon stuff, and that's gonna take a good while, because the only thing I got in Pokemon is that I haven't exactly done. Well, there's Pokemon Black 2 with the Pokemon World Tournament, and facing Binga at the top of Black Tower or whatever. And then I have Pokemon Leaf Green, which I haven't done a playthrough in a while for myself. And the only other playthrough I haven't finished was Pokemon XD Yellow Darkness. Like, okay, well, I'm not exactly fond of playing through those, but I could. And I just sat there like, okay, well, maybe we'll have to consider it. The only other game that stood out for me was League of Legends. I'm like, okay, well, I don't mind playing League of Legends, but how much time am I going to invest into it? And I looked at it and was like, okay, well, it's a real-time strategy game, and I have not played any real-time strategy game since the release of the first StarCraft game. And that was practically late 90s when that came out, I believe, or early 2000. Like, I've not touched the real-time strategy game since then. And I'm like, okay, well, I remember how much time I had to devote to that game, so I probably won't play through it that much, because it eats up so much time, and I don't feel right just investing all that time towards one game, especially one like that where you have to. And I actually discussed this with a couple people, and they were saying, well, you have to be either insanely great at the game that you get noticed right away, or you have to, or you just have to suck at the game and yell about it like angry German kid video. I was like, well, I can't exactly do either of those because the time invested in it is just way too much, and I got a lot of stuff I got to do outside of YouTube as well. So I was like, okay, well, I'll play League of Legends, but I'll probably just do a strictly casual type thing, or maybe just a couple of videos on learning the game. I don't know. Anyway, the other thing I looked at, I went, okay, well, what's the latest game that I still have that people are still watching? And I looked at it, and it was just Ultimate Marvel 3. Like, yes, I have Soul Calibur 5, and I have King of Fighters 13, but for the most part, the scene on those two games is pretty much dead. And I went, okay, well, maybe, like, I don't know what's going to Evo. Like, maybe if I play whatever's going to Evo, people will get views. And then I took a realization that, okay, well, the only way I'll get views for those two things is I have to be one of two things. I either have to, A, be exceptionally good at the game, like, say, Maximilian, or say the people at Cross Counter TV, Pikachu Akuma is one. I believe his name is J.R. Rodriguez. I don't remember exactly too well. I don't pay attention to it too much. You have to either be exceptionally well like those players, or I have to be option B. I have to suck at the game so hard that I turn into like players people hate, like, and no offense to these guys, like DSP, whoever randomly gets hated on the other popular guys' videos. Like, I have to totally suck at the game, and I have to yell about it all over the net, and it was something someone told me, like, okay, well, if you fail at the game and you yell about it, like, people will view and they will hate. It's like, you'll get all these negative comments, but you'll get tons of views, which is all that matters. And I went, well, like, I don't want that, like, I don't want to project that. Like, I especially can't do B, because I don't want to project that towards people. That I'm just gonna be this super random hateful guy that's going to yell about the most stupidest concepts in the game. Like, oh, I just got beat by something simple, and just yell about it. I don't want to. It's like, I really don't want to be that way. And then when I thought about it again, like, okay, well, if I play, like, I know if I play Ultimate Marvel 3, I'm just gonna get super depressed. And I'll touch on that later. Like, I'm just gonna get super depressed, and I'll never want to play the game again, or I'll just want to kill myself again because of this game. So I pretty much had to rule out those games in general. Like, okay, well, I can just upload it, but I'm not going to expect anything coming from it. It's like, so after talking about it, I just went, I never figured out anything in terms of getting views, and to this day I still haven't. Like, okay, well, I just went and looked at everyone else that was getting views. Like, okay, like, this person's partner, like, what is he or she playing, or what is he or she doing that I'm not doing? It's like in terms of games. Like I looked at Omega Evolution's channel, and he has I would say 6 times the amount of subscribers I have. And I looked at the videos he uploaded, and the time frame that he uploaded them in. I went like, whoa, like, okay, this guy is uploading tons of videos like right away, practically as soon as they release. So it's no wonder he's gaining viewers and subscribers all the time, because he's up to date. You know, like, well, I can't exactly do that because I have so many things I gotta do otherwise. I can't focus. I can't throw 100% focus on just that. And then I looked at like NTom64, and his was commentary. I'm like, oh, okay, well, he does commentary and people just like him. And the amount of effort he throws into it is pretty exceptional. Like, even though I hate his commentary 80% of the time, like, he throws effort behind it. So it's hard to like discredit him regardless. Like, well, I don't have anyone I can do commentary with, and I personally don't like doing commentary. Even though I'm doing this podcast video, I'm not one for commentary. Unless it's live stream, and even live streaming these days, I just don't feel like doing it. And I'm like, okay, well, this guy's doing this. Then I looked at other people that were insane, that I know are insanely popular. I'm like, well, this guy, he just puts a lot of effort, and he's practically, like, I almost want to say naturally good at this game. That everyone knows what to expect from him, and they just give him tons and tons of views, which in turn gets clicks on the ads. Clicks on the ads gets money. Which is why I'm rather adamant about looking at all the views for the videos I'm getting. Then I remember another person, and all he does is basically upload videos from Nico. And yeah, although it's rather illegal, well, in a sense, it's kind of illegal to do so. Like, there's nothing really stopping you. Like, unless the person that created the video on Nico like comes around and claims copyright. Like, there's nothing there's nothing that person doing is wrong. Because I went, oh, okay, well, this person's just uploading straight match videos from Nico, or like just uploading straight videos, random, like Tales of, BlazBlue, whatever, and he's getting views because it's all the Japanese players, and they're doing basically tournament stuff, and everyone loves that content. I'm like, well, I can't do that. There's also the fact that some of those people I looked at, I noticed that they were actually going against what the contract says. I can't name any names as to who exactly is doing it, but they were actually going like, hey, like, they were actually going against contract. And I was like, okay, well, if they're going against contract, like, they're going to get caught at some point, and then they'll have no money to show for, and they'll lose that partnership and probably their YouTube account for doing so. But in the long run, I'm just like, dang, well, this person is getting all this, and there's nothing I can do to compare to that, and it's just making me so angry that that person's getting away with it. Anyway, with that said, I was still wonder today, like, what do I put? Like, what should I be uploading that I own that people will watch? Which, in a lot of cases, there's almost next to nothing I haven't already played through that people are going to watch. Because for the most part, people are always about the newest game or about the most popular game, and you either have to be good or you just have to be right on time to upload it. Like no, and I looked at all the games I had, and in terms of fighting games, I went like, okay, well, no one's really playing Tekken Tag 2 anymore. It's like, except for those like going to Evo, no one's really watching Marvel unless you're insanely good and you're playing online or you're uploading tournament videos. No one watches King of Fighters because its online sucks. And you pretty much only have to upload offline tournament stuff. And then in terms of RPGs, I have no really up-to-date RPGs I know of that anyone wants to see. So I'm like, okay, well, Final Fantasy 13 got no views. Final Fantasy 13-2 got like no views. Like, okay, well, what about Final Fantasy 7? No one cares. Like, okay, Final Fantasy 8. I was like, I don't really feel like playing through 8, and I don't think anyone cares about that either. Like, I just really started questioning, like, what do I own that people will watch? And not just one or two people, but like, maybe, I would say 500. And the reason why I project it so low is because I don't expect to get views anymore. Considering like how many people I've lost either due to YouTube kicking out all inactive accounts or because of things that happened to me in the past, and it just hasn't, and of course with the internet being forever, like it just hasn't exactly blown over, and or people just haven't forgotten about it. But one of the reasons why I put so much effort into it is because I really want to make this money, and I really want to go all the way with it. Like, I just don't want to push it off to the side and be like, oh, well, I'm making money on YouTube videos. Don't think much of it. I am personally looking for a job, but at the same time, there's not too many jobs out there that want me, and most of the places that do, they're not going to open up till much later in the year, if at all. Like, oh, well, we're going to open this store, and we're going to open this store in a couple months. A couple months later comes by. Like, hey, you guys going to open yet? Like, oh, just give it a few more months. I'm like, okay, this store's never going to open. And I'm like, okay, well, I want to go all the way. I don't want to quit midway. I don't want to quit midway. I don't want to get frustrated about this. Even if I am, like, I just want to actually put effort towards it and actually see some good results. Now, one of the other things I wanted to talk about is why it takes so long for me to upload videos. There's a ton of reasons on that, but focusing on the main ones, one of the things is when I record the videos, like, I'm trying to record them in a decent quality. So my decent quality right now is 640 by 480. And that already takes quite a bit of time to record. Like, I don't care about if I die or whatnot. Like, if I'm dying and it takes up such a long time in the video, I'll edit. I'll do a good edit. Not just redo the entire take, like certain other people I know, and try to make it look all perfectionist. Like, I'll just edit reasonably. Like, okay, well, I died here, just to let you know. And it honestly takes a long time to record with things that go on outside of this, outside of YouTube and video games. It takes me a long time to actually sit down and record along with enjoying the game I'm playing.